I believe this is where life started. This is where life were meant to be lived in this part of the world. I think fishing must have been the first profession, I think. This job that I do gives me like this thrill inside, you know. And it's just a new adventure every time I sail out. It's like the moment of anxiety. Am I gonna catch? Am I gonna catch enough? Am I gonna be able to pay the crew? Am I gonna be able to pay the expenses? When you start working, it's just, yes, we have to do this, we have to do this, we need this, we need this. Crew's the same also, we need this. As fishermen, of course, we need to feed our families, which is what we do for a living. And to be able to bring enough back, we now have to go further and further out because our traditional fishing grounds are no longer productive.
This is how we've always treated the sea. It was bountiful, it was unexplored. There were areas where people had never been before, and people just thought it would produce forever.
I think it's a seminal moment in terms of our relationship with the oceans and our relationship with the planet.
The warming of the oceans has increased the frequency of extreme weather events.
We are the first generation alive that recognizes that we, our species, can have serious adverse impacts on the planet as a whole.
There's an economic theory which helps explain where our relationship with the oceans went wrong. It's called the tragedy of the commons. Originally, it was all about too many cows and sheep grazing on common pasture land. But today, it means something different. We all own the oceans, and none of us own the oceans, just in the same way that we all own the air around us, and none of us does. It's common property. There's nothing to stop each of us individually using it as we see fit. There is no cost or sanction. But taken en masse, all of those actions have big consequences. In fact, they're fueling an economic and environmental tragedy. This is such a big area here. This is the Seychelles water. And so you're allowed to fish in all of the Seychelles water, apart from this protected area here.
Yes, and the Seychelles water have another protected area, another protection area, here, 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 here.
Okay, and that's just not allowed to fish in there.
And here.
Every nation has a right to sell access to their waters. And that's, of course, quite a nice amount of money to a poor country.
Okay, so wait, that's tuna in these areas here.
This tuna. This tuna.
Wow, okay, you can see
We have go to take the tuna, shoot in the net here, and take this the tuna.
Easy.
Easy. For me, easy.
But this makes it more easy?
Yes, with this, it's more easy with this.
Yeah, and you could be more efficient and catch more fish.
The tuna, tack, tack, the tuna is coming, tack, 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 tack.
To take the net all around it. And how long, how many hours is this process?
Hours?
It's just minutes?
Minutes.
This is minutes.
Minutes.
And you kind of surround the tuna with your nets.
Yes.
And then in minutes you have your catch.
Minutes, yeah.
Okay. And how many tuna did you get here?
This approximately 50 tons.
50 tons.
Maybe,
okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
We are talking about 60% of fish stocks being overfished. So this means that we are putting extremely heavy pressure on our marine resources. And of course, in the end, this will affect lives of billions of people.
And so this is your path where you went out in January, just sailing around the high seas. And did you find much tuna on this journey?
Yes, 18 days working for this area, and 15 days working for this area.
And how much did you come back with?
How much?
How much did you catch?
30 catch. This trip full,
Full. And how much is full?
1,800 tons.
1,800 tons. That's a lot of tuna.
Robert tuna.
A lot. Yeah.
Too much tuna, too much.
Very often we take things for granted, you know, because we've got the fish, we've got the sea, we've got clean oceans and so on. We think it's going to be like that forever. I actually chose to be a fisherman. I actually wanted to be professionally trained fisherman. Most of the time you actually don't see, because you're fishing 40 meters down. You don't see what's happening down there. It's just based on your belief that you're doing the thing right. It's based on faith, maybe. When you have all this adrenaline in your body and your eyes, your ears, your nose, everything is, all your senses are high. Gambling with nature. We have a 50-50 chance, and this is the fun of it. This is the fun part of it. When it hits, and it's just like, it's me or you now. It's me or the fish now. And we both, he would do his best, and I would do mine, best I know it. And the only time that you could actually say, I won, say when you have the fish on deck.
If you sell fishing licenses to an overseas vessel that just comes into your water, doesn't even land, they're not spending money on land, they're just buying a license, scooping out huge amounts of fish, taking them away.
60 up to 70% of the fish that we eat in the EU comes from waters somewhere outside of the Union. So of course it's very, very important that the EU has a kind of a leadership in these matters.
What is a man from the Basque country doing here, thousands of miles from home?
We are connected with people of Senegal, Ivory Coast, Ghana, because historically our small boats went to fish over there. Now the small boats becoming bigger boats like this.
Yeah, it's massive.
Okay. And most of the fleet is Spanish and is French.
If we allow foreign fishing fleets to come in, they'll deplete this resource and we won't have enough.
Some people in the Seychelles, like small fishermen, sometimes they complain about Europe and they say Europe has all these big ships.
Yes,
it's difficult to compete.
I think so. Yes, I know that we are not very popular around the world. Why? I don't know. There are many people that think that we are killing whales, that we are killing dolphins.
We produce food. That's our business. Our business is not going about destroying the ocean or killing fish. Our business is...
By definition it is, though, isn't it?
Well, it's killing fish, but I didn't mean, just out of the pleasure of it. What we do is our job, which is to get food on the table,
For me, it's sad. Our shores have been so kind to them. When the industry of fishing started in Seychelles back in the 70s, most of them, when they came here, they were simple fishermen looking for good fishing grounds. Actually, the fish don't stand a chance. Nets are just scooping massive amount of fish out of the water. To me, this is not fishing anymore, I'm afraid. This is harvesting. We have a big ocean, but when you count the number of vessels out there, and all with technological capabilities of outsmarting anything in the ocean, it's just mad. It's scary, it's scary.